Hello viewers, it's really a great pleasure to welcome all of you to this television program of School of Education, that is Education Faculty of Bangladesh Open University. Today's program is specially designed for B.Ed teacher candidates of B.Ed course. Dear trainees, my name is Mohammad Arifuzzaman. I'm a teacher at School of Education Bangladesh Open University. Today we are going to talk about teaching reading. Simply, reading is a means of language acquisition, language learning, communication. It's a means, it's a medium of sharing knowledge, information, and ideas. It is the third of four basic language skills, which are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. In our own language as well, reading is the third of that we learn. It is one of the most important and challenging skill that helps in learning listening, speaking, and writing effectively in accordance with context, situation. Therefore, it is highly recommended that English language learners, particularly the learners at secondary educational level, should try to read as much as possible. Dear trainees, now we are going to talk about teaching reading part 1, session 10 of the B.Ed book Teaching English 1 EDBN 1523. By the end of the session, we will be able to identify the reasons of reading, challenges of reading, explain the merits and demerits of different types of reading. So the question is, why we read? With the sunrise, the whole world knocks at our doors. Newspaper is the spokesman which opens the world before us. It is the unique blessing of modern civilization. Think about it. If we cannot read, we are nobody. We are nowhere in this beautiful world. We read so many things, a lot of things every day. We read newspapers, we read textbooks, journals, articles, novels, short stories, poetry. Even when we look for washroom in a big shopping mall, what do we look for? We read signs or symbols. There is men's toilet, this is women's toilet, something like this. We read instruction, we read manuals. When we are in a restaurant, what do we read? Food menu. We read Facebook status, we read tweets, we read even when we are at airport or railway station, we read electronic boards. So many things we read in our everyday life. Why? The question is why? We read for information. We read for pleasure. We read for examination. We read for analysis, for interpretation. But there are some challenges. Dear trainees, what type of challenges you face when you teach your students English language? As we learn and teach English in a country where English is in the situation that is called EFL. I'm sure you all know about EFL, ESL situation. When you learn, teach English in a situation that is English speaking environment. For example, if you learn and teach English that is in Hong Kong or London, New York, that is called ESL situation, English as a second language. But when you are teaching English in Dhaka city, in Kathmandu, New Delhi, Karachi, Kabul, these are the situation, these are the environment, it is called EFL situation, that is English as a foreign language. I know you all will agree with me that the challenges learners face at the secondary educational level in Bangladesh, they are complex sentences, complicated structures of sentences, unknown words, that is different idiomatic expressions, phrases and idioms, learners' physical and psychological problems, for example, dyslexia. So these are the challenges. Dear trainees, reading is very important. Why? Reading is important for personal development, professional development, social and academic development. Experts of reading, linguists, researchers, they actually classified this reading into two types: reading aloud, reading silently. Now we all will know the merits and demerits of these two types. At the very beginning, reading aloud, merits. Let's see the merits. Reading aloud is very important in language learning, especially for the students of lower grades. Through reading aloud, students can learn pronunciation of words. The children learn nursery rhymes, verse, poems through reading aloud. It is very important for recitation of poem. Reading aloud builds a bond between teacher and students. It identifies wrong pronunciation, influence of dialect, disabilities of speech, etc., and helps to pronounce correctly. We all are the teachers, we know the merits of reading aloud. When learners read aloud, teachers easily can identify their mistakes, their pronunciation. If they commit any mistakes in their pronunciation, so it is easy to find out in reading aloud. Reading aloud demerits. If all students read at a time, it makes classroom noisy and prevents teacher to identify any student's mistakes. As students are busy in paying attention to pronunciation, they cannot understand the text. It is ineffective in comprehensive, analytical, appreciative, and intensive study. Students cannot read faster. Students become easily tired. It is not suitable for upper grades and not possible for all the time. Let's see merits and demerits of silent reading. First, merits. Silent reading is very important in acquiring knowledge and practice. Most of the time we read silently, so our students should practice it. Silent reading is needed for research, critical study, creative thinking, etc. It does not require any special environment. It helps a reader to pay more attention to study of one's own. There are some demerits as well. Sometimes some students may take the help of deceit in silent reading. They can hide comic books or novels under their textbooks, as we all did this kind of activities in our student life, especially in school life. Dear trainees, I hope you all have been benefited from this program. You all are now able to identify the reasons and challenges of reading. You all are now able to explain the merits and demerits of different types of reading. Still, if you have any query, you can talk to your tutor. You may visit our dynamic website www.bou.edu.bd, or you can contact Dean, School of Education, Bangladesh Open University, Gazipur 1705. That's all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching the program. Thank you very much for being with us. We'll be back soon with some more programs on language skills. Until then, take care and goodbye.